Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is my reaction to Zetman, Volume 11. Okay, this is pretty simple. It's our Part 3 Konoha, or this isn't Part 3, but it's like her third stage of development. I actually don't know what the parts are at this point. But yeah, so it's just her in the underground swimming pool, I assume. Pretty decent. Decent enough. We don't have a new part in this one, actually. So it seems like I assume that each one's going to be its own like kind of time skip, sort of. That's kind of how it's been so far. Like now we're in a situation where we don't have to like each part switch to Jin or switch to Koga. It seems like now we're just going to have both their stories like in tandem, which makes me very interested as to like are we going to have another part then? I assume so. Like we're only halfway through the series. Also, volume 11 halfway through the series. I do have all of the like I have all of the zip files here, and I haven't really looked at any of them, so I don't know. Like I don't know what chapter this is going to end on. I just know that there are 20 zip files here, so we're over halfway through. That is incredible. Let's get right into it then. This lighting is so good. Like this could be traditional, but it feels kind of digital, especially this like the lighting here. Like this could be very traditional, but this in particular, I cannot imagine like I guess I could imagine it. It would be very difficult to do this like completely hand drawn. Also, I know this is being created by Matsuzaku Katsura, but also Studio K2R. So I don't know what that means. I haven't looked them up yet. Like I don't know if that's just like his own like production studio, if it's basically just a way of saying, him and his assistants, or if like if there is a studio with it. Because if there is, that probably would explain why this feels kind of digital at times. If like he has like a group of people who like work on models and stuff for him. Simple honesty, not just after all. Like the series has kind of delved into that. Like even as recently as the last volume, we had the whole thing where like his support team lied and said that Konoha was doing fine, or she was just going into surgery when like she wasn't. But at the same time, it paid off. It kept him from like obsessing over her. I don't really like these colors actually. I think all of this stuff really well colored. I think this looks too bright. Although then again, I know that the scans for the series aren't the best, so it's quite possible this is just badly scanned. Actually, yeah, especially since this looks so white. I can't imagine the mangaka doing this intentionally. This is probably just badly scanned. Or like badly cleaned. Can't you trust me a little? Right. I do understand this though. Like, I'm not sure if I agree with it. Because again, like, your family doesn't determine like all of your sins. You should not have to inherit the sins of your family. At the same time, I understand why Koga thinks you probably should. And I believe a lot of people would probably say that, yeah, the Amagis probably do all deserve to suffer, but not sure if that's okay. Right. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad to me. Their existence is top secret, so he took steps to inhibit your friend's memory. Sure, right? I don't I don't see the purpose in telling her, oh, by the way, this is all our fault, or like our grandpa's faults. That smile that conceals your heart looks just like mother's. Again, she had to lie, like, their mom had to lie her entire marriage. Now she's inherited that exact smile. Oh man. Aw, that's so cute. Once I found a job, saved some money, and found a place we can live. Okay, fair enough. I think that's a decent thing to do. Yeah, and they're not going to do it right away. That would be very dumb. Yeah, once this whole like player thing is done, yeah, sure. Just live as a human. The road home, a new road. Also, I've noticed that all of these chapter titles have been in brackets for a while. I don't quite remember when it started though. Like, are they in brackets here? No, they aren't. Huh. That's worrisome. Like, I don't know if this is then just like a typesetter thing or if it's something that the mangaka intentionally chose. But if it's intentional, then why isn't it in the I won't think about it at this moment. Right, it's that smile. The smile of don't worry about it, everything's fine, but it's not. It is her favorite vase. she can't scream at him or anything right now, but still, she is lying. She's not showing her true feelings. That's a very cool way of putting it. Like, especially since they could have made it like much more emotional by having it be like, a lie between her and their dad. But they chose a very like not innocuous scene, but like a scene that would be very impactful as her son. I really do appreciate that because like most of the very impactful moments in my life have not been like super dramatic or like a lot of them have been pretty intense, but a lot of them have been stuff like this where it's normal family stuff. It's just the emotions are super high charged because of sentiments or because of just context. Like it's charged in a way where it's not that impressive to someone if you were to tell it to them, but just like because of the situation, because of the mindsets of the people involved, it got very intense. That's what this feels like. I don't think that's quite right. You can't erase it. Like, yeah, you should probably put it out of your mind for now, but I think that's still something you need to work through, man. Gotta think about it. You don't want to go home. Why did you suddenly mention that? Oh, come on. No one cared about your boobs. Oh, okay, so we're leaving them. Fair enough. Especially after the whole shrimp thing. Actually, now that I think about it, no, they wouldn't have wiped all the homeless people. That's right. That was the entire conversation before about how, oh, it's okay because we won't, no one would believe the homeless. You have to call me every day. If your battery's dead, I won't let it go that easily. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. That name ain't half bad. You didn't even know her name. Fuck, that car is way too pimp. I need to save this. I absolutely need to save this. This is a top tier recommendation page. This ain't a place people live. Also, this is so it's so weird, but I love it. Like the fact that we finally have Jin at the mansion. Like two different things we've seen throughout the entire series, but it never felt like they could be in the same area at the same time. Oh man. Oh wow. Is this even the same maid? My gosh. Promise not to tell anyone, okay? Aw. That's really cute. And of course, right as they say that, Grandpa comes in and she doesn't know that he's gotten more chill. Oh wow, okay. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What a double page spread. And I really like that the maid is there. Like, even though she's not that important, it balances out the old person, young person thing here. Especially like, two guys, two girls. Like, oh wow, this is so good. This is a really good two-page spread. Like, it's nothing that special, but at the same time, it is incredibly special. He'll be living here from today, so help if he needs anything. How strange this must feel to her. Like, just, oh yeah, that guy I like is now just moving in with me. It's very Pop Team epic. They found a ratty old attic just for him. I get it now. Nice. I want it plainer. Oh my god. That really sums up who he is as a person. He looks at this and goes, I want it plainer. There's a comedy show I watch every week. Sort it out, could you? Even that. Like, he has this quiet little monologue where he's like, yes, of course. It's like, nope, that's not what he wanted. That is actually amazing. And then we get this shot where, like, yeah, she has all sorts of shit in, like, a really nice big room. Like, it's not vulgar, I would say, but, like, it's kind of the room I would want, honestly. I would love to have a room like this. Where, like, it just has space. Like, I don't think I've shown you guys my room, but it's very small and it's very, like, packed full of stuff. That's big. I don't really want more stuff. In fact, I would like to have less stuff. I want to throw away some of my books and whatnots at some points. I've already gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and it feels like I just constantly keep getting rid of things, but I never run out. But even so, like, I wouldn't want more things. I would just want to have like twice the amount of space I have now, but like with all the same stuff, like just more room. So this really appeals to me, like the fact that she has this very sort of not minimalist aesthetic, but just she has an aesthetic where she has a bunch of stuff, but it still feels very empty. Which I guess also kind of like, that pokes a little hole into her heart. Like, she is also someone who has a lot of stuff but still feels empty inside. So I guess that kind of all ties together really nicely. I mean, that's kind of what I am, so it makes a lot of sense. Come on, get your Dokis under control. What am I gonna do? Oh, a walk-in closet sounds amazing. I'm home. Yeah, finally, after all this time. It's been like, what? It's been a little while, right? I can never get a sense of the time scale in the series. Yeah, it's been enough time that it would be weird for her to come home. Oh, we're just continuing on into this. I really like that Zetman does that. Like, it's something that works really well in a volume. I'm not sure how well it works in the magazine, but I really like it in the volume. The fact that a lot of these chapters just start off immediately, not even with a recap page, just immediately right in, as if it's all like one long chapter. And again, I like that we're seeing so many rooms now, like in quick succession. Rooms exactly as they left. Yeah, exactly as she left it. It's full of shit, just full of shit. Yeah, I like it. Like, it's a good middle ground between the rooms. Like, it's full of stuff. It's clearly like, a room that has a lot of utility built into it. Like, you've got the bed right there. Right there is the the what am I thinking of? A desk. It's a desk. It's a study desk. Little thing here that she can she can sit on her bed and play games if she wants to. She can just watch TV while laying down. It's really nice. Ah, even a little dream catcher there. That's really cool. Still feeling really pissed off. I'd never have run away if I had parents like that. Okay, so we're really close to Christmas. Oh, and we still have the the guy who made that one person explode. Which again, that was a very descriptive thing of like, it's less like he exploded and more that they're just clothes left in a pool of blood. But okay, so that means big crowds. We've got the scanner things looking out for for evil in big crowds. Like, this could lead to something really really cool on Christmas, especially since we have this very like romance focused plot now. Or not romance focused, but like we're getting really into Jin and Konoha's like romances or like their romantic interests, I suppose. And I guess we also have Koga now that I think about it. Yeah, Jin, Koga, and Konoha all have love interests. So yeah, for Christmas, for like the day of romance in Japan. Oh, of course, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, she walked in on him just talking to his girlfriends. Oh, also that. I didn't even think about that. Like, now that I've looked over and I've seen Konoha there, that makes this entire thing very like much more impactful. I hate people who can't get along with their family peacefully. Ah, yeah, why did you change your clothes for this? Hmm. A case of the runaway on our hands. Of course, that's what he's focusing on. The neighborhood already knows about you running away from home. We didn't call you on purpose. Would you have picked up anyway? Right. It's not that they didn't care. Like, we still don't know if they cared or not, but because we're seeing it from Hanako's eyes. So, like, of course, we don't know for certain, like, what they actually feel. But yeah, she wanted space. That's why she ran away. Of course, they wouldn't have called because it would be like, well, oh, it's so complicated. I do understand this. I understand both, like, sides of this. The idea of running away because you want to be noticed or because you want them to reach out to you. But at the same time, you would also run away because you don't want to be reached out to. Like, that's the entire purpose of not being there. So as a parent, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to reach out even knowing that they're going to attack? Are you supposed to reach out and know that they're going to lash out, but just accept it? Or do you like try to respect their decision and not reach out? Yeah, I really like that. That he does accept, yeah, this room kicks ass. Like, as much as he wanted a plainer room, like it's still a nice room and he's willing to accept, like he's willing to say, like, yeah, this is a really nice room. I really enjoy it. Aww. He finally gets to do it. Okay, that's great. He's as straight as an arrow. I'm not sure if I believe that, though. Did that old fuck fill me in? Actually, yeah, I guess. Yeah, like, as much as he is the head of Amagi Corp, he really isn't at this point. Like, the fact that all the Amagis have different priorities does kind of mess me up a little. But yeah, so he probably doesn't know that they even have, like, memory wiping technology, or that they are wiping people's memories at all. They really are nerds. Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that they prepared a glass cylinder within another glass cylinder specifically to have the effect of, oh yeah, look, it's powerful enough to shatter the cylinder like in every single, Japanese in every single Japanese sci-fi series. The whole, the cylinder shatters and like blood or like liquid splatters everywhere. Like, that whole show of power. They were able to do that without hurting anyone because they put it in a second cylinder. The air booster. Okay, so the entire purpose of this is that when he exhales, he's able to, to fly basically. Or it's able to like, to fire off like a jet or something. That is so cool. I hate you so much. I hate the series so much. Oh my god. Well, not the series. I hate the translators so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. I am so mad. Print screen. One of the dangers of my recording thing is that I mapped my sorry, how do I put this? I mapped the button I use to stop and start my recording to print lock or to a scroll lock because scroll lock is like the most useless thing on the keyboard. It's something I would almost never use. Like even caps lock, as much as I don't use caps lock, there's always the danger of, oh, what if I'm typing and I accidentally just decide on a whim to use it? It would like cancel my recording. I might use caps lock actually because does I don't want to try it now, but it might light up actually when I use it. So that could be a good way to test. Anyways, I hate this. I hate this so much. Also, the whole thing I was talking about with caps lock is scroll lock is right next to print screen. So every time I hit print screen, there's always a danger that I'm going to hit scroll lock, which is in turn going to cancel my recording. Safety boost should be 100%. Right. Fly alphas, the heavens will soon belong to you. Oh yeah, that is so cool. Yeah, he's 100% eco-friendly now. It's so comfy. It flies so smoothly. This is so cool. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm glad that this was a simulation. I was about to wonder, like, wait a minute. Are they just flying through the city? Like, is alphas not supposed to be a secret? Please come practice here until you're used to it. Right. This is good. This is very good. It's slower than a car, but still, he is as a human being, he can move 100 kilometers per hour without having to like exert force. No, Koga, no, don't do this. No. Okay. This is interesting. Yes, I agree. Also, yes, I did stop this entire recording in order to take that screenshot and send it to someone because I'm so mad. Oh no, I can't keep talking. I'm in the middle of a reaction. God damn it, Zaku. Okay, I'll get to you later. For now, let's go back to this reaction. Anyways, so I'm assuming this is the anime studio that created Alphas, right? That's pretty cool. Like I absolutely love the like the relationship between a tokusatsu studio or like an anime studio and then like the toy companies. I think that is so cool. Like I'm not really into anime based toys, but I'm super into like Rider and Sentai toys. And I guess I hear stuff about Precure toys, but I don't really think about it that much, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the Precure wands and whatnot. But I love this kind of thing, where it's like they create a series that is meant to sell toys, and so like at the very start, they're always like, okay, well these are this is the technology we want to use, or like these are the gimmicks we want to introduce in the toys. So work that into the series, and the series is like, okay, well, we want to do this. So here are the designs for the weapons and whatnot. Can you turn this into a toy, or can you make this more toyetic? Can you see if this is a are we going to run into problems making this work as a toy? No, this will be fine. Like that back and forth between toy companies and then like the creative direction of the series is something I think is incredibly cool. 8 years running and the Alpha series is going to end. That's really interesting. Because again, like we have, the real Alphas who is like a member of the Amiki family who is also like, an Alpha Zotaku is going to be the real Alphas, and now the series that Alphas is based on is going to end. I'm really interested in how this is going to play into things. Like I could see the Alphas anime getting like a massive boost once Koga, goes out there and starts saving people, and like he's like known like nationally as like, oh yeah, there's a real hero named Alphas who is doing Alpha's stuff. Chapter 125, Character Designer. Okay, this is real interesting. Thanks to you, I'm now happily unemployed. Right. It was the toy makers that wanted the show to finish. Bastard. I love their dynamic. This is so good. Like they feel like friends, but you can sense a tiny bit of antagonism there, but it's like it's friendly antagonism. It's that feeling of, yeah, you know what? You bastard, you are the reason why this got canceled. But like it's not angry. It's just like, yeah, that is how it is. Yeah, that's also a problem. Like in Japan, like you basically always have work because like there are so few people who are like good character designers or like good like mecha designers, but still you do have up and comers who want to make a name, who want to make their way in the world, which means that the old guys can't always get work. And sometimes that works out. Like sometimes you get cool things like AKB 0048, which just took a bunch of like old school like great mech designers who are like, hey, want to make an idol anime? But sometimes that isn't what happens, or like there just isn't a budget for that kind of thing, or like people just don't contact talented old guys, and so they just don't have work. That's just how it is, right? Ooh, I think that's a pretty cool design. Of all the variations, I prefer the earliest version. Simple is best. Right, you had to prepare a long time in advance. That's an old school ass design. I do like this a lot though. Like original alphas has its own charm, but it also like it has that same feel as a lot of old school toku, which I guess that that really shows to like the mangaka's like knowledge of the genre. Because this does feel like a modern rider as opposed to like a classic rider. Like, especially the design. Like the fact that it's become more of a visor, but it's still like it's not practical, but it feels more like I guess edgy and like it's flatter. It doesn't like wobble when you walk. Whereas like this design looks really cool, but it also does feel like it would be a bit hokey or like a bit too like bulgy. Right, I was asked to drop a hero design. Yeah, so he came up with alphas. Looking for a more organic design. Need a demon-like appearance to scare the monsters. Huh. Zets. That's right. Oh man, that is so cool. That also means that Alphas was the prototype for Zets. Or like not the prototype, but like, yeah, they were both created by the same person. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Like I don't even want to call it metatextual because it kind of is, but the point of it isn't to be meta. Like I feel like a lot of people use the term meta very loosely to say like, "Oh, look, that thing is referencing something else. It's so meta." That's not really what metatextuality is. Like it has to apply to both, you know, the work in universe and then to the work itself. Like this is kind of, the proper definition of meta in the sense that both Alphas and Zet were created by the mangaka, apparently, maybe, supposedly. I don't actually know. But then also, like, they are created in universe by the same character designer. I think that is metatextual. Like, that does comment on the same thing from two different perspectives. But, like, the other stuff about the series, like the fact that it is, that there is this whole, like, inner thing with, like, the Alphas anime, and then Alphas as a hero, like, that's not metatextual at all. Because, like, that just is what it is. That sorry. This is a strange tangent. I'm gonna stop now. If it's a hero, then he should be Zetman. That's such a funny way to do the title drop. Like, yeah, this has been like in the volumes this whole time. Just the term Zetman, like the series has been called Zetman. It's kind of hilarious that they said, yeah, if it's a hero, then he should be Zetman, because it's so dumb. Yeah, like that is the same dynamic behind like Ultraman or like I guess Skullman to an extent, or even Rider Man. V3's rival turned sidekick, sort of. Not really sidekick at all. But even that's just literally like, hey, let's just take the word and add man to the end. And like Sentai's gone through that a ton. Where like sometimes you have like Jetman, or like the man used to be quite a big ending to the like the endings of Super Sentai. But then Rangers started to take over, and we haven't had a man for the longest time. It's mostly just been like not even Ranger anymore. A lot of it's just like Jur now, like Kyoryu Jur. That's Kyoryu and then Jur, like just the Jur from Ranger, or like yeah. It, this is such an old school idea. I love it. He wanted a unique gift for his grandson's third birthday. Oh man, that's really cool. That is really cool. So, oh my gosh. That means that yeah, of course Jin is like that's why he's an alpha Zotaku. I mean, like, it's partially just because he is an alpha Zotaku, like, just he fell in love with the character itself, but also alphas was just literally made for him. That is clever as hell because now he is alphas. Like, he is the one kid in the world who has the right to become alphas, not just because alphas is owned by Amagi Corp, because alphas was literally made for him. Oh man. That is also I love that idea of just phantom episodes. Like episodes made for one person that no one's ever seen. The spotlight will all be yours. Yeah, that is a lot of interesting backstory. Okay. Huh. What's happening now? Just a regular old dude. Oh no, what's happening? I'm God. Is this just a random player? Is it just a random player kicking his ass? Because now that I think about it, maybe he's also the character designer for the players. Look. Holy crap, that is incredibly cool typesetting. Every time I look in a fucking mirror, I have to smash it. Yeah, so okay, yeah, so he is the character designer for all the monsters as well. Oh, that's real fucked up. Your appearance is a coincidental byproduct. It's nothing to do with Mr. Kinoshita. Okay, never mind, I guess. But we would like to offer you a design job. Huh. I mean, first of all, yeah, this was completely unnecessary, but I love the fact that it's unnecessary. I love that he didn't know that, or at the very least, like that he knew it, but he like didn't believe it. Oh man, I love how complicated in the background the series is. It feels very realistic because of things like that, and this is really cool because yeah, now that we're on Generation 3, now that they're becoming stronger and more sophisticated, now they can now having cool designs is that is so clever. Now the manga itself will have better designed monsters or more Zetman looking cool monster designs maybe. And it's done for a reason. It's done because they want to, be more perfect. And part of that is having appealing designs. You don't get the right of veto. And the sound effect hyun. Is that like a sniper bullets? Do you get shots? Or nope, it's alphas. Holy shit. Imagine that. Imagine working all this time on alphas and then finally, being fired, being let go, and then you get saved by alphas. Especially an alpha's design he didn't come up with. Like, this was all done by, Koga's friends. Got a player. Okay. And yeah, just because he wanted to go out and have some fun or, just fly around normally. Just because of that, he was close enough in order to save him. And again, we get this shot again. This time, yeah, with the little thing here. But I love that because again, because it's a flashback, we have the black border there. I think that is so clever. Sorry, the way I said that sounded so weird. Clever. Sorry, but yeah, I love the way this mangaka does that. Where if you do a flashback, at the very least you have the black border, so it's different. And even here, like the fact that we have this extra shot of his face makes a difference. I think that's awesome. It really does bug me in series, especially in Western comics, where you have the same 2-page spread over like different comics. Like Civil War 2 did that, and I hated it so much. That felt like such a waste of space. Whereas this, like even though it's mostly the same content, and even though even if it was just slightly shrunk, I would still feel better because it's not exactly the same. This makes it like 100% to me justified. It feels like different contents. I trust you won't breathe a word of this to anyone. Think of it as a bad dream and then forget about it. So he didn't even know. He didn't even realize this was the character designer for alphas. Like, holy crap. Yeah, one day people will find out. Wouldn't it be best to plan for that eventuality? Honestly, I think that's fine. Like, I think it makes more sense to do something like this where some people know and then over time once the big reveal happens people can reveal their stories than to cover up everything and then at the very end just have this enormous explosion of oh shit, all this shit happens, we have no one who has their memories left to to say, oh, by the way, this wasn't all messed up, I was saved or whatever. I hadn't heard that he could fly. He's an acquaintance of yours. His name is Alphas. Oh no. I hope nothing bad happens to him. I think especially now that he's here. I think he will be kidnapped and forced to create character designs, which I do like. As much as that is a bad thing for him, I do kind of want that to happen. That would be such a good development. That's right. A pleasing design is crucial. Like he knows that. The fact that he looks like a not just a human being, but a pleasant looking human being is definitely something that helps him fit in. But yeah, so now we know. Again, I assume that imperfect Zet and also Alpha's at the point it is right now, they're both going to be like, they can fight the rejects basically, the lowest of the low, the ones who even Evil call players. And so they're both going to need to grow. I assume that Perfect Zet is going to be like G3 level or higher, probably higher even, because I feel like we're not going to get much further than that. I mean, if this were a Rider series, then Zet would probably have Perfect Zet and then probably a form beyond that. So maybe that will happen, actually. I can't imagine that this mangaka would stop at just Zet, especially since we saw just Zets already. Like, that was the first thing we saw. Yeah, now that I think about it, he could get a super form. And then I assume, like, because Alpha's is tech-based, he's going to get just incremental upgrades. Like, I still haven't checked Volume 1 to see if that is the same design as the current Alphas. Like, minus the helmet, obviously. But it might not be. I could see it being mostly the same. Like, it could be like 90% of the way there, and then most of the upgrades are going to be like not that visual looking. Or they're going to be like, very small things that'll just, slowly shape him up until we get to that point. Or even like just, completely invisible upgrades. Like, hey, we just improved your internals, and now instead of being twice as strong as a human, you're like 4 times as strong. Right. The current Alpha is unable to defeat a player, not even with a miracle. Yeah, if he doesn't hate us then, is it a problem with the suit? That's the thing. Because the first time I thought it was just, it was literally just that, he didn't want to be contacted, but that, the post-fight thing showed that no, he didn't. And now this is definitely, confirming it. He's not intentionally doing it at all. It probably is just his subconscious, but how do we get around that then? What do we need to do? Because clearly, like, as far as he understands, he wants them to be able to communicate with him. He's not, like, there's no part of him that he consciously understands that, like, wants him to be isolated. But for some reason, it happens. So why? I cannot believe it's, like, a flaw in the suit itself. It has to be a flaw with Koga. Yeah, like, I've seen that guy before. You probably haven't, but you've seen his work at the very least, right? Too totally delicious. Aw, that's so cute. And they're eating here with the chef. That's really nice. Jin already has a girlfriend. Steal him. Also, I like that a lot. The fact that Koga was not Koga, Jin. The fact that Jin was slow enough that he just responded to this, but that all of this happened in a very quick span of time. So it's not like he just waited a long time to say yeah. It's just they spoke very quickly here. That's really good. Ah, right. We're gonna start a family. It's not like that. Seriously, this house fucking sucks. Perfect line. Also, I wonder if this is connected to the to the old lab and stuff, because it's the same like transportation technology, but it might just be because it's all Amiki Corp. Like there's no reason why they would have different types for different places. Seems like that won't be possible. Okay, is it? Does he have data on like on the Alphas project? Like has he just come to the realization that okay, Alphas is not going to be able to catch up? Aw, this is really cute. What's wrong with Man in Black A's arm? So I'm B? Oh, is this him? Is this the third guy we never got to see? No, that wasn't his name. It wasn't Shibaki, right? Okay, so charisma seems like it's going to be like their title for their leader. But why? Why would they want Zets to be their charisma? The same thing happens, almost as if this is correct. Zets. Really? That is so interesting. Net has been twisted into Zet. Oh, how did I not think of that? This is a life form called Zet. Oh my god, that is so clever. That is so actually clever. Like, early on, yeah, I did catch the idea of just, the word net sounds like the word Zet, but I didn't consider that. The idea that it's literally that letter. Oh my god. Oh my god, this series is so good. This is so good. Oh my gosh, I love this manga. Ah, I'm sure I asked you not to speak of such pointless things. So even then, he's still ashamed. He's so ashamed of his past self. You have to follow the timeline when speaking of such things. Can't cast off a past you never knew. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, Zet is an erroneous net. That's too cool. Okay, and now we've got her, huh? Why is she in a maid uniform? Chapter 131, Brats. Huh. Okay, that's a really interesting bit of backstory. All I ever want to be is a regular street punk. Fair enough. So he's the brat of all people. That's surprising. They should never have been parted, but I wouldn't even let them meet. He's learned a love that isn't for friends or family. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, to be continued. I did not expect that. He killed himself. Whoa. Whoa. I mean, I guess that still leaves her. And I don't think that he would leave her to die there, without getting the life medicine. So presumably they'll be able to open the door and find that he's dead. It's just, he wanted to do it in private. So I guess that whoa. What a note to leave it on. So that was Zetman Volume 11. It was much more like I really liked the character designer chapter. And just in general, I really enjoyed this volume. It felt very like human focused as opposed to the last volume. I kind of hope the next volume has more action in it, which is so strange because I don't really care for action in most series. It's just like it's been very heavy as of late. And even though the fights tend to be pretty like heavy, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy this as much as I enjoyed Volume 10. I do hope we get to see more of the character designer. I hope well, it's barely even a theory now. I feel like it's just going to happen, right? That we're going to get, Generation 3 Evil who are like designed to look extra good. I'm so excited for that. That is such a cool concept. And now this new thing, like, I want to know why it is that they believe that, he has to awaken into Zet now. Like, what changed? What exactly changed that makes it crucial now? Anyways, that was Zetman Volume 11. Bye for now. Yeah, yeah.